POVPOOL.com. Tonight, we bring you the final match of the 17th Annual Jay Swanson Memorial. Our commentators tonight will be Jay Helfert and the legendary Billy Incardona.
Well, he left a shot, but it's a very thin cut on the 3. He's got to turn the cue ball loose. But it looks like the cue ball will go up and down table, where if he can make the 3, he will have a shot at the 4.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's going to go awry here. It looks like it's going to go toward that 6 or possibly toward the 4. So it looks like it's laying on the angle to go in between the 4 and the 9 here, or possibly into the 4. Narrowly missing the 4. Made a nice shot, and it's got rewarded. Yeah, this is a shot that he shouldn't have any problem with. He'll just draw to the side rail, make sure he has an angle on the 6. He doesn't want to get straight on the 6. See, he didn't want to get straight on the 6. He didn't need to draw it back like he did.
He overhit it a little bit.
He didn't need to draw it back like he did. Yeah. Just to the side rail and off the side rail, you know, maybe 6 or 7 inches.
You've been talking about 4-inch pockets, but they measured these 2 corner pockets close to us. They're 3 7/8. These are, on this table, they call these the devil pockets. This pocket and the other corner pocket. I've seen a lot of balls missed on these 2 pockets.
That's excellent control of the cue ball. He wanted to end up center table here. Maybe even going around the 9 might be the best way. On going in front of the 9.
Well, he's going to have to stretch for this one.
Well, yeah, he's going to have to hold that cue at the very end here.
Well, he didn't.
It sounded like he missed.
Yeah, a little bit. He didn't make real good contact. It's amazing to me how the more diminutive Filipinos, how well they can stretch their body and elongate it to reach shots. They don't have any bones. It's all cartilage.
One thing all the really top players have in common, if you watch them play, is that the preciseness of the cue ball hit. If you notice when they stroke the ball, how their cue tips go so closely to the cue ball, and when they finally come with that and deliver that final stroke, that's where the tip hits exactly where they're aiming when they're in preparation to shoot the shot.
They hit exactly where they're aiming.
Right, that on the cue ball.
Right,
on the cue
exactly,
ball. And it's so important to get a good hit on the cue ball to play upper echelon pool.
I don't know what he's working on. Yeah, he did miscue a little bit, so he's roughing up his tip. Dennis is ahead 4-2. There he goes. He's going to mark the score up. This is a long match. This is a race to 11. You know, it's interesting. He's breaking with his playing cue.
Well, he doesn't break hard. Look, he breaks him soft. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Watch. See? It's like shooting a shot. Not even a hard shot. And he doesn't have much velocity at all on the break. He's making the corner ball every rack when he breaks the balls.
It's been very interesting, Billy, because some matches he's been breaking hard and some he's been breaking soft, and he changes during the course of the match.
Well, the only reason he would change if he wasn't getting production off the break. So far, he's been very productive off the break. No need for him to change.
Can he make this long shot at the 1?
Very difficult shot. Length of the table into a very small pocket.
Well, if he does, he's going to have shape on the 2.
Well, he hit that pure.
Never touched a rail.
Never touched a rail. Struck. Big shot coming up here, Jay, because of the position of the 4. He has to end up on top of the 3, which will send him toward the 4. Now, if he ends up short of that, he's going to go into the 9 possibly.
Behind the back, another Filipino trait. He wants to go around it. He did. Perfect position. These
Okay,
guys shoot. Yeah, go ahead.
Let's take a look at the 6 and the 9. If at all possible, I would try to go into the 9 here and move it away from that 6, if he has the angle to do that. Because now playing from the 4, playing from the 4 to the 6 is not difficult. But if the 4 was positioned, say, or we'll say the 5 was up here,
right?
I would have went into the 9, then played the 4, 5, and opened up that pocket for the 9 if I needed to.
He's playing for a combination again.
Well, he must like it. There's no reason for him to play for the combination unless he likes it. Obviously, he did.
He likes it a lot more now.
Oh, yeah.
5-2. 5-2. Dennis is pulling out. He's got a 3-game lead, and it's not like Jayson Shaw has really done anything bad.
Well, he did miss that 4. I thought he was in control of the table. Looked like he was getting back into the match. The score was 3-2 at that time. Okay, and it looked like is the score 5-2 now?
It's 5-2.
It was
You're
3-2.
Right. It would have been 3-3.
Good shot on the 4.
Right.
And like I said, he didn't need to draw back down table.
He overhit the ball.
All he needed to do was go to the side rail and back and maintain that nice angle on the 6.
And now he's getting punished.
Yeah, that's what happened. And there's the corner ball once again. He's playing position for the 1. He drew it back too far this time. So he's playing position for the 1 in that pocket.
In the side pocket.
In the corner.
Oh, in the corner. Okay.
Remember he shot the 1 in the corner last
right.
time? This is what he's doing. But he drew it back too far this time.
Well, it's a similar shot to the one he had last rack.
No, the other shot was a little easier. This shot plays much more difficult because this shot he really has to hit the pocket pure. Because if he graces that point on the way down, he's going to miss it because he's going to have to hit this shot with more speed.
Billy, I got to tell you something. I've been watching this guy play for 2 weeks. He's the favorite to make this shot.
I'm not going to dispute that.
Okay.
I'm saying this shot plays more difficult.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But you're kind of looking at a different breed of pool player here. He doesn't know that's a shot that's difficult. All he's thinking about is how do I have to hit this ball to get position on the 2? And he did a pretty good job.
His understanding of the game is so much more advanced than most. And he understands exactly the speed that he needs and exactly how he needs to hit the shot.
To pocket it.
Right. A lot of players would have tried to hold that cue ball in front of the 3. He realized that, hey, my ball pocketing percentage goes up if I
medium speed.
If I go on the other side of the 3,
right?
Okay? As opposed to trying to hold it, because when you try to hold balls, you lose a little accuracy.
Yeah, he doesn't mind having a little bit of distance on the 2 ball. Of course, he's having a little trouble bridging here off the rail.
He'll go 2 cushions toward the 3 for the side. Center ball.
Notice his concentration. Notice his concentration. Again, I've been watching him play a lot. I don't see any player that has better focus and concentration than this man right here.
Now, he could run into a problem here. If he's got an awkward angle, if he follows it and it goes into the 7, he doesn't want to do that. So he may have to draw away from the 7.
And shoot short rail position?
He may have to draw to the side rail and back cross table.
Okay.
In between the 4 and the 9.
Well, he can shoot that shot. He knows how to shoot that shot.
He knows how to shoot every shot. Depending on the type of angle he's left with, obviously will determine what he needs to do with the cue ball. He may have to draw it to a side rail and back between the 4 and the 9.
He's definitely drawing the ball. You called that one. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the English on that ball. Well, he got kind of straight in, but...
yeah, he's right.
I don't think that's a problem. You like the way he hit that one?
It's hard to argue.
With success.
Well, the way he hits anything, really. It's 5-2.
Gonna be 6.
And he's looking to extend it by 4 games at 6-2. He's really a master at the table. Totally understands what he needs to do. and certainly has all the tools to do it. I mean, really.
Can I tell you a little story about confidence? Here's what he says to me a half an hour before this match when Jayson's playing in the semifinals. He says, Jay, when this tournament's over, Jack likes it, right? He says, when this tournament's over, he said, we're going to go to that 24-hour Western Union. He said, because I'm going to have a lot of money. I want to send money home. He hadn't won the this is before he's played. He's already counting his 3,000. He said, I'm going to send all this money home. I said, okay, Dennis, okay. Let's give a shout out here to our main tournament sponsor, OBQ's Kamui Tips, GoPlayPool.com, Sorellis Inc. and Virtual Pool 4, Q2U.com, and of course Max Eberle's Pro Pool Academy. And the producers of this event, CSI, that's Q Sports International. Thank you all for your support of this great event.
Like I mentioned before, Jay, here's a player that has all the tools, but he's prepared to play.
Yeah.
So therefore, he wanted to make sure that when he won this money, he prepared himself what to do with it. He had to go to the Western Union.
He said, I want to send it home. He said, I don't want to have all that money. He said, I'm going to go up to Reno and make more money. I'll tell you, he's a dedicated family man. Every time he wins money, like at Derby City, he sends money home. Not only is he a great pool player, he's a good man. I like this guy a lot.
Well, you know, that's probably one of the reasons why he's as successful as he is, because he treats us, he's a very responsible person, and this is a business to him. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he treats it as such.
Absolutely.
So, with that understanding,
this is his job. This is his job.
It's easy to understand how well he plays and why he plays well. Well, one of the reasons why he plays well, there's a lot of reasons.
No question he likes pool, but you're exactly right, Bill. You hit the nail on the head. He treats it as a job, and he works hard at his job. He will say, this is my profession. I'm a pool player.
And what's so special and what's so beautiful about what he does is that he loves his job. You see? He loves what he does. You cannot do anything as well as he plays pool unless you love what you're doing.
You know, I've seen him play in games that are very difficult games where he's given up a big spot, and he looks at me, he says, I like a tough game. Most people don't want a tough game. He said, I like a tough game. Because it's a challenge to him. He sees it as a challenge.
Well, he sees that all the dedication and all the time that he's put into something, how it pays off. Because when he has to perform, when it's that urgent to respond to the challenge, he's there. He can do it, you know. And that's just confirmation that
he's doing it right. Yeah, he's doing it. He's doing it right now, isn't he? This is pretty much a virtuoso performance so far tonight.
Now, if this guy asked me to play some pool,
you'd run.
I wouldn't even answer him. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even answer him. I'd say, let me buy you something to eat.
Let me buy you dinner.
Right. I mean, I would love to play him sociable.
When he comes to the 9-ball, he looks at Jayson. Jayson shakes his head. Good, good, good. Well, just like that, the score is 7-2.
You know, the people here at Hard Times, and basically in the California area, that come around this tournament and any other pool room that watch this guy play, I don't really know for certain if they understand, you know,
what's going on
the
here.
Importance of them watching this guy play. You know, how can you? You know, this is like the best player in the world.
You know what it reminds me of?
Walk to the pool room and watch him play.
You know what it reminds me of? 40 years ago, I watched Mosconi play an exhibition, and he ran like 141 and out, right? And he never got out of line. He never had a hard shot. And after it was over, some lady said, he's not that good. He never had to shoot a hard shot.
Yeah.
She was not aware of how brilliantly he played. And like you said, I mean, look at this. This is best break shot of the match right here. Yeah, the crowd's murmuring right now. This is a knowledgeable crowd here, Billy. This is a knowledgeable crowd. They've been seeing great pool in this pool room for the last 23 years.
Yeah,
they know good pool when they see it.
They really realize how special this is for them.
Yeah.
To be, to be in the hard times area to watch this regularly.
Listen, we got 1,000 people online that are thrilled right now, too. Daniel told me, he said it's the biggest audience he's ever had right now. And why not? And why not? He comes up, he wants to get close to the ball. He doesn't want to shoot it from distance. Got a slight angle. Just jar that cue ball off the rail. Kind of like that. He plays the way we would all like to play.
He's actually plays the way he envisions it.
Yeah.
And that is very hard to do. Because we have our own vision of what we would like to do. The only problem is we can't do it.
Well, once upon a time you could. I couldn't, but you could.
What rack is this, by the way? I've lost count here.
Well, this is the 10th rack.
And it'll be 8-2?
It will be 8-2 if this 9-ball goes down, and it did. Jayson Shaw is not shot.
It's still open, isn't it?
24 hours, baby. 24 hours, and he knows it too. I'm telling you, he asked me before, when they were playing the semifinal match, he said, Jay, when this is over, I want to go to Western Union. I said, what for? He said, I want to have all that money. He said, I'm going to send that home. He said, I don't need this money. I didn't even mention to him. I said, Dennis, you still got another match to play.
Okay, I think he has a pretty good test right here, going from the 1 to the 2. This seems to be a little bit of a problem here. Maximum spin on the cue ball, sending him in pretty good line for the 2. He certainly has all the shots. Going from the 1 to the 2 was not as easy as it appeared. He made it look easy, hitting with maximum spin at the exact speed that he had to hit it with to end up with the shot on the 2 that he did.
Well, right now, it looks like he's the only one playing.
He's making that corner ball every time on the break, and he's playing position for the 1 or the 2. So in a sense, it's kind of unfair. Okay, no, it really is.
Yeah,
it really is.
Yeah.
Because the breaker has such a big advantage on this table because the corner ball goes in every rack.
If you know what you're doing, and he obviously does.
Well, he's broken the ball 7 or 8 times, and he's failed. He's not failed. He's made the corner ball every time.
He got hooked one time on the 1 ball. That's it. Every other time he's had a shot.
And it's going to be 9-2.
That's 5 racks. A little scary here.
Now let's take a look where he racks the 2, because he's playing the 1 on the side as well. So he's going to want to rack the 2 to where the 2 comes back up table.
Back ball,
Okay?
see?
That's what he's doing, okay? Because he's breaking the ball softly enough to make the 8 in the corner. The 1 will go toward the side. If the 1 fails to go in the side, he'll have a shot on the 1. If the 1 goes in the side, he wants to make sure that the 2 rebounds off that back cushion and comes up table for a shot. Take a look how, watch the balls when they're broken. See how the 2, see how the 1 narrowly missed the side? He's going to either play shape on the 1 or the 2. See? The 2 in the side
He's
or
got
the 1.
He's got shape on both balls.
So he's racking them. He's pattern racking them, okay? Knowing where the balls are going. Not only is he getting rewarded with the corner ball, but he's able to play position off the break on either the 1 or the 2. He may not leave the table. He may run out the whole set.
Well, he hasn't left the table in the last 20 minutes.
You know?
If you haven't done it.
And in my opinion, it's not really fair.
Want to remind everybody, Dennis plays under the Tiger Q's banner. That's a Tiger Q he's using right there. He's been winning tournaments with that Q for the last year. And he's on his way to another victory, it looks like.
Yep, going from the 5 to the 6. And if you notice, every rack, the 9 is positioned where it is now, and there's always a ball to the right. If you remember, he's made 2 combinations on that 9 in that pocket.
And he might get another one.
No, I doubt that. He's going to go from the 5 to the 6 this time.
Okay. This is kind of like watching Mosconi run 150 balls. That's what it reminds me of.
Well,
one guy shooting.
he seems like he's shooting the same pattern all the time. Just about.
And you wonder why nobody wants to play him. Huh?
I'm not trying to take anything away from his play, but, you know, I mean,
he knows what he's doing, doesn't he?
well, he certainly has everything under control, or at least it appears that way, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's going to have to take a little longer shot on the 9 that he wanted to end up with. And this is not an easy shot.
Do you think that's actually a problem for him? I don't. Well, the question now is, will Jayson Shaw even get to visit the table one more time?
Well, he's not going to get to the table. I mean, I can see the handwriting on the wall. He's not going to get to the table. He's making that corner ball. He's playing shape for the 1 or the 2, and he's going to run out. I don't see anything playing out any differently here.
Look what he's doing. He puts the 6 and 7 in front, 5 and 8.
And
Here comes the 3-4. Here
And
comes the 3-4. I mean, that's as pattern rack as there can be. But you know, Jayson Shaw never complained. The tournament director never said anything. And the crowd loves it. You know that. The crowd loves what they're seeing right now. I've often contended, Billy, these people that want to play alternate break 9 ball or alternate break 10 ball, the crowd loves to see people run racks.
Well, I think they need to change a little bit about the design of the format here.
Well, that's why they're playing 10 ball today in most major tournaments. It's a little tougher.
There's the 1, and there's the 8, and the 1 on the side. Oh, he got a kiss on the 2. See, the 2 got kissed that time.
Oh, otherwise the 2 would go in the corner.
Yeah, he got kissed.
Well, folks, the score is 10-2. I think at this point the eventual outcome is pretty much a certainty. The question is, what will the final score be?
And now you're going to see the genius of a Dennis Orcollo. Forget about before running all those racks. He's going to figure out a way to work himself out of this jam. Okay, anytime you can't see a ball after the balls are broken, you're at a disadvantage. You're either going to have to push and give away an option. Anytime you give away an option, you're at a disadvantage. Let's see how well he worked himself out of this jam.
Well, Jayson gets to come back to the table. He's 9 feet away. He doesn't waste any time. He gives the shot back to Dennis.
I don't even know what he has in mind here.
Well, he had something in mind because he came right to the table.
I don't see what he has in mind here. This is very, very confusing to me.
He gave up his shot.